YouTube. This is Mr. YouTube 59 here. Thank you for viewing in. Thank you for watching. Something real quick. Couple things. I got two things I need to ask you. And I'm asking you, please. I said please. I'm from the South. I said please. Comment. Let me know. Anybody that's got a db9. I'm trying to get the back strap off so I can get into the firing pin. I can't get it to come out. I don't know how to get it out. If you got any ideas, earplugs. I've been outside shooting. I'm gonna show you what I'm shooting here in a minute. But the db9, I said I need to pull the firing pin out, and I can't get the back strap to come out, or the back, whatever you call it. So if you know how to get it out, leave me a comment, explain it, or link a video to this one and let me see how you do it, because I can't get it out, and it really needs to come out so I can clean that firing pin. I've got, I'm gonna say, in the neighborhood of about 700 rounds through it, and I really need to get it tore down and clean it out good. So if you've got a way, excuse me for coughing, I got a sore throat. I've had the old chug up cold. It's kind of like flu symptoms, but anyway, I'm getting over it. I'm about over it. If you can help me with the db9, I would appreciate it. I've got another one. You know how I am. I wheel and deal, trade and swap and all that good stuff. Went this morning, sold two. Oh boy, I didn't know if he still had this thing or not. I went this morning and looked, and he did have it. So I went and sold two, thinking I'd probably get enough for a good down payment anyway, but as odds are, I got enough out of them to buy it. So, and I bought it at a average used price and got a good bit of extra stuff with it, so I feel comfortable with it. Just took it out, put 100 rounds through it. It's the Smith & Wesson the Smith & Wesson M&P. Okay, like I said, I just brought it back in. I just safety checked it before I come in. Nothing in it. You can see there's nothing in the barrel. You can see through there. There's nothing there. Like I said, it's the Smith & Wesson M&P. Just put 100 rounds through it. Had one round that didn't abstract right. I've had a lot of trouble with ammo, and I wouldn't call no names. I don't like calling names, but it come out of a white box. We've been having a lot of trouble with misfires and failure to eject, and if it was out of one particular gun, I would put it off on that gun, but we've shot probably 7 guns. Yeah, probably about 7 different guns with the same ammo and have the same problems. Honestly, Federal, you ought to pay me for this because I'm gonna brag on you. We have shot probably 1,000 rounds of Federal and haven't had any problem with the same 7 guns. So, but this is the Smith & Wesson M&P. Just put 100 rounds through it. Had one. Now I'm fixing to tear it down and clean it. Now I probably won't do that on film because I haven't tore this one apart yet. But you know, there ain't no better time than the present, are there? This little pin right here. If I'm doing this right now, I've watched it on video one time. You flip that down with the magazine out, and then there's a piece down in here. And I'll try to talk a little bit as I'm talking, and I'm not going to try to show it because I don't know that I can do it. But there's a piece in here you have to flip down, just like your Rugers. There's a little piece in there that has to flip down, get out of the way. And I don't know what it's called. But this thing's got to be tore down and clean because, like I said, I'm not going to call any names, but it's probably as dirty a ammo as I've ever run through my guns. Look, hey, come on, how about that? Yeah, oh yeah, it's nasty now, if you can see it or not, but it's nasty. Oh God. And I took this thing apart when I got it a while ago, and it was clean. I don't know if you can see it or not, but right down, you see all that grit right down the slides? That was not there a while ago. And that's 100 rounds through it, but it is just nasty in there. Got grit everywhere. So anyway, the M&P, and my second question, I said I had 2. One is on the db9. Do you know how to pull the firing pin out? The second question is on this Smith & Wesson M&P Compact. Do you own one? And what do you think about it? Now, I just put 100 rounds through this one. Nasty junk. I just put 100 rounds through it and had one that it just didn't abstract right. It didn't even try. I mean, it stayed in the barrel. It locked back just like it was the last round. And that was probably, I'm gonna say, in a neighborhood of about 20 rounds in. Didn't have any more problem with that part. So anyway, if you would comment, and I know you can't see what I'm doing here, but if you would comment, all I've done is took the spring out and just pulled the barrel out. If you would comment and let me know if you have one and what you think of it. I know what I think. I just put 100 rounds through it. Now, it is different than any other pistol I've got for a couple of reasons. I know a couple of reasons, but once again, if you can see it all up in there, it's just gritty and nasty. I don't know if the grit will show or not, but I'll show you how to show you. That's a clean Q-tip. I'm just going to run it one time right down through that grit right there that was not there before I went out to shoot. Let's look at that. Nasty, nasty. I'm going to turn it over and run it one time down this side. God, there's some grit in there. Nasty. Look at that mess. Nasty. And like I said, I don't like to call names, so I'm not going to do that. This thing is really nasty. But let me know what you think about it. Are you happy with yours? Do you depend on it as far as if a zombie attack and you got to protect yourself, put your life on it, your family's life, whatever? Let me know. I say I just shot this one, so I know what my opinion is. I just put 100 rounds through it. So let me know what you think. And I think I've got 2 more that I'm going to sell, I think. And I'm probably going to go get the Smith & Wesson Shield if I can find one. It's a good bit smaller and lighter than this one. Well, I'll just go ahead and tell you my opinion. I love it. There's a couple things I had to get used to. One is the fact that this is a striker instead of a hammer. Now, I'm a fan of the hammer, but this one does have the striker. And the only other thing that's a little different with me is the trigger. You can see, I call that the broke trigger. I don't know what the technical name for that is, but it's the safety. You can see how it works. As it comes down, it takes safety off, so it'll pull. I love the pull on it. It's light. It's comfortable. It's smooth. I mean, it seems like it fires at the exact same point every single time. It's really smooth. It fires great. Now, it took me a little bit, and I don't know who had it before me, and I don't know how they adjusted their sights, but you can look. It's just a standard 3-dot sight. I'm thinking, now in the last 20 rounds, I had no problem with it. I hit everything I shot at, even down to the 4-inch target, at about 22 yards probably. And I don't know how most people, and that's why I always say you've got to shoot your gun and you've got to know how your gun shoots, because your sight pattern is going to be different than anybody's, than most other people. Now me, I normally try to line all 3 dots up perfectly straight in line, and I put that front sight dot directly on what I want it to hit. Now with this gun, I don't know who had it or how they set it up, but in order to doing that, I'm shooting about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches to the left every time. Now height is good, but side to side, I was shooting to the left. Now if I take that sight and I pull it to one side like that right there, it was dead on. But if I pull it back to center between them 2 back dots, I was shooting about 2 inches to the left. So I'm gonna have to do a little adjusting here, but I kind of figured out what it was doing. And like I said, the last 20 rounds, I hit every time. It wasn't a problem. So as far as my thoughts on the gun, I like it. Now the trigger's going to take a little getting used to. The hammer fire is totally different than the striker fire, so that's a little different for me. And if you shoot a good bit, you know there's a little difference between the hammer and the... And I don't know, maybe it's me and maybe I'm doing something wrong. But with the hammer fire, when I'm sighting down that pattern, I not only see my 3 dots and my target, but in my peripheral vision, whatever you want to call it, I'm seeing that hammer move. And I know about where that hammer is going to release at. So, and maybe that's wrong in me. Maybe I shouldn't even be paying attention to it, but it's habit. I do. It's not only trigger feel, but to me, it's sight. I know when it's fixing to release. So on this thing, it's a little different. Now, this thing, I don't know. Maybe it's me. I've never messed with Smith & Wesson much. But I noticed, and my son noticed. My son went out and shot with me with it a little bit. The 9mm sounds different. There's a different sound. I mean, you've got the boom out of out of all 9mm naturally. Turn this light on, get the reflection out of my eyeballs so bad. Well, it's still there, ain't it? Didn't have a bit. That don't help none. Alright, we'll just have to deal with the reflection in my eyeballs. I think I like the light on better. It's different. I don't know if it's because the slide is heavier and it doesn't echo the sound or what but it's got a distinctive sound. He and I both agree that, and I noticed it, but he's the one that mentioned it first, that it sounds different. The recoil, I mean, I've got other 9mm, but I've got other 9mm that's about this size, and his Ruger's not much different than this, but he also noticed that the recoil is different. You put them side by side, you hold them side by side, they feel about the same, honestly, but the recoil feels different. It doesn't feel like you got near as much recoil. Now, I don't know if that's got to do with the grip, or if that's actually that if Smith & Wesson has got something more lined up so it doesn't, I don't know. You tell me. That's why I'm doing this video, to let you know that I've got the Smith & Wesson M&P, and I need a couple answers. Is that normal? I mean, is that just because Smith & Wesson is a little heavier slide? And have you noticed a difference? Have you ever paid attention? Like I said, I've got a couple more pistols. Actually, my everyday carry pistols. I'm thinking seriously after shooting this one. I'm thinking seriously that I may use this one now as my bedside, and I may trade off my PF9 and my db9 for a Smith & Wesson M&P shield, if I can find one. I like it that much. Now, people talk junk about my db9 and my PF9, but I'm telling you, I've put hundreds of rounds through them. I haven't had any issues with them, so I feel comfortable with them. But I know it's like anything else. They're eventually going to wear out. They're eventually going to wear. And I feel like that the better name brands will probably hold up better, because I can really tell it doesn't take a genius, and you don't have to have a big education to notice this gun is built better than either one of those. To be honest, I don't know that it's not built better than my PT92 Tauruses, and I think the world of them. They've got a permanent home. They're not going nowhere. They've got a permanent home till I'm gone. And my boys seem to like them enough. I don't think they're going anywhere but to them. So, but I got 2 of them, so they can each get, But anyway, the Smith & Wesson PM&P. I get it right in a minute. I'm getting tongue-tied. It's getting late in the afternoon, folks. It's 16. It's not that late, but I'm getting tired. I haven't been resting good lately because of this cold I got. But I'm really surprised. I'm not putting it back together for you, not right here, because I'm gonna clean this thing. I'm telling you, I took it apart when I first brought it home, because I thought I'd go ahead and clean it, because it is a used gun. It was clean. Whoever had it cleaned it up pretty good. I mean, it was pretty clean. So I went out and put 100 rounds, and like I said, I don't call names, but there's a certain ammo out here that, to me, it's dirty, it's nasty. I mean, God, look at this thing, people. I'm sure you can see all that down in there, and that don't usually get dirty, and that's just as nasty as it can be. And this thing right here is just, it's unreal. I mean, it's gritty, it's nasty. But I'm gonna clean all this up good before I put it back together. That was my last box of white ammo, and I don't think I'll ever buy any more of it. I've tried it in the 9 and the 45, and it's a nasty in the 45. 5 rounds, and I've got a chrome barrel, and 5 rounds, the whole end of my barrel back about a half, 3/4 inch back turns black. So, but anyway, let me know what you think. Do you think they sound different? Do you think the recoil's different? Do you think they're built better? Do you think they're built worse? Well, I know they're built better than the DB and the PF. But as far as the Taurus, the SIG, the Glock, I mean, my son's got a Glock, and I'm not sure this slide ain't heavier and built heavier than his Glock. I don't know. I hadn't put them side by side yet. I hadn't, but let me know. I'm rambling here, and I'm sorry. I apologize. But I wanted to do this real quick and talk about it and ask you a couple of questions. One about the db9. How do you get the back strap off to clean it? And the Smith & Wesson. Do you think it's got a different sound? Do you think, if you think it does, if you've noticed it, do you think it's because it's got the heavier slide, the thicker slide? I'm pretty sure excuse me, a heavier barrel. Even that barrel's nasty. Let me know what you think and what you've come up with. And anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna quit ramping. I'm gonna get this thing cleaned up and get it back together, and hopefully within the next few days, maybe I get a shooting video with this thing. In fact, I get a shooting video of several different things probably. But anyway, I'm done. There was something else I was wanting to say, and I don't remember what it was now. Like I say, I picked this thing up today. I sold 2, picked this thing up. It come with 5 mags. Whoever had it had bought 2 of the extended mags, and there's naturally 2 of the extended mag, just a pinky. They're 12 round, the extended, or 15 round, and then the 1 flat bottom. So it come with 5 mags, a double pouch mag holster, nice hard case. But anyway, I'm off of here. God bless. Play hard. Be safe. Remember my motto, God did not promise tomorrow. So if you play stupid today and you get hurt, you're going to suffer the pain tomorrow. And maybe on and on and on. Y'all have a good day. God bless.